Hello guys, in this video we will see constructors in Java. Let's declare a class and we have a method called, our class name is emp and method name also emp. That is nothing but a constructor declaration and which takes no parameters in this case, and the function body is empty, not a problem. So we need to specify modifiers. So it has public, private, protected or default. Public modifier means employee object can be created in outside world. If it is declared as a private, that means no one can create an object of that class. Protected, mainly used in inheritance. Default, that means within the package this object can be created. Outside the package you cannot create an object of this class. Mainly constructors are used to initialize its data members. And also one important thing is who will call this constructor. Whenever you use a new keyword or whenever you try to create an object of this class, at that time it will be called automatically. No need to call this function explicitly. That means implicitly it will be called whenever you use a new keyword. Okay, there are different types of constructors. One is a default constructor, we will see later, and a constructor overloading, that means parameterized constructors, and finally we will see this keyword and this call. Okay, let's create a class. I already have a class called emp. It has three fields. One is id, another one is employee name, and another one is date field, which is nothing but a date of join. And I have a method called display, which displays values of these three fields here. Okay, now and go and check it. In the main method there are three objects I am creating. One is employee, which takes no parameters, but I am using NetBeans. It is not showing any red line here. Why? And next object is I am creating another object with the two parameters, that is id and name, but it is showing a red line here. Why? Because there is no constructor which takes two parameters. Okay, here also same. I am constructing another object which takes three parameters. So there is no constructor. First of all, there is zero constructors in this class. For this there is no red line. That means we can create an object of employee class, but we cannot create an object like this. Why? Let's comment it out. Compile and running. See, I am able to get a result. Why? See, if there is no constructors or zero constructors in a class, JVM will provide a constructor for us. Right? That is similar to which has modifier as public, and the constructor means it has same name as class name, which takes no parameters, and all fields will be assigned with the default values. That means ID is a number. Default value for numbers will be 0. Reference types. Name and DOJ are reference types. It will be assigned with the null values like this. DOJ equal to. This function will be supplied by JVM. That is called default constructor. Right? If you run this code, you will get the same result. Right? So there is going to be only one default constructor. Whenever you write another constructor in a class, at that time JVM is not going to supply default constructor for you. Right? So first object we are able to successfully create. Next object. So it says there is no constructor EMP in a class. EMP cannot be applied to given types. So it is trying to call this constructor employee with no parameters. We cannot call. Now we need to declare a new constructor which takes 2 parameters. Int ID, string name. Okay, this dot ID equal to ID, this dot name equal to name. Right? Now it stopped showing red line here because it found another constructor which takes 2 parameters. Right? Now go on display. It displays whatever values you supply here. It will be initialized to these fields. Here we are doing this ID, we are putting into this ID, and name will be assigned to instance field of name. Compile and run it. See, we given 100 and RAM. We got for DOJ we did not give any value, so it will be assigned with the default value, that is nothing but a null. And if you want to create third object which takes 3 parameters, that means we should have a 3 parameter constructor. Public EMP int ID string name and the date equal to DOJ. This dot ID equal to ID, this dot name equal to name, this dot DOJ equal to DOJ. Right? Now go and check. Now it is not showing any red line. If you comment it out, it automatically shows a red line here because there is no constructor which takes 3 parameters. Right? It found only constructor which takes 2 parameters, that is int and string. It doesn't find any constructor which takes 3 parameters, so that is int and string and date value. So let's remove this comment. It found now because I am using NetBeans. You can use Eclipse or IntelliJ, whatever you want. So third object, we are passing here calendar value. Calendar, we are going to get a calendar object using Georgian calendar get instance. This is a static method, and I am setting some value 9 or something. c dot get time will return a data object. You can check IntelliSense get time, it says data object will be written. So we need only data object, right? Here we declare it as a data object. Now we will display a third object. We got whatever values we supplied here. ID is 100, name is Sam, date of join is some value, right? After seeing these three methods, what you can say, this is nothing but function overloading. Function overloading is nothing but using same name with the different parameter types is called function overloading. But in this case we are using a function name as same as class name, that is called constructor overloading, and also you can call it as a parameterized constructors. See, employee, this method doesn't take any values. This constructor takes 2 values. This constructor takes 3 values. Nothing but you are using same method. That means you are overloading a function. And here we are talking about constructors. It doesn't return any value. There is no return type. In function overloading, return type can be different, but number of arguments as well as types should be different, right? Next, what we will see is this keyword. How to use this keyword? That's important question. Here we used this keyword, this with the dot notation, right? We did not use this directly. You cannot use this like this. You cannot do. It shows not a statement at all. You should use this dot id. Problem here is, first parameter is id, which has same name as instance field name. That means it is hiding the instance field name. In order to avoid that, we need to differentiate between this formal parameter id with the instance parameter, the instance value or instance field. In that case, we need to use this keyword here, this with the dot. That means here we are accessing employee class instance field. Here the id means simply means this is a formal parameter we are using here. We are assigning formal parameter value to class instance field here. In this case only we will use this keyword. Okay, here also same. It has same name as instance field name. We need to differentiate this parameter with the instance parameter. That's why we use this dot keywords. Okay, here also same. Next job is we'll have this with function call. Now meaning of this is calling constructor with no parents. this sum means calling a constructor with one parameter. Okay, this id name calling a constructor with two params. Right? This is the syntax. Most important, they ask you to what is the difference between this keyword and this function call. Right? Within a class only. And there is another keyword called super, mainly used in inheritance. Okay, so meaning of this is it calls a default or a constructor which has no parameters. This means it looks for a constructor which takes a integer argument, only one argument, that is integer argument. Here this looks for a constructor which takes two parameters, and the types are, one is id is nothing but integer, here name is string object. That's very used. So now here let's take this one. We are creating second object. Here we are passing a, we are not giving any value to data of giant, third value. In this case, right, we have only two parameters. So we need to, what is the main use of constructor? We need to initialize all data fields. Here using this object, we are initializing only two fields. What about third field? In that case, we can call like this: id, comma, name, comma, new date. We already discussed this. We are passing a three parameters. That means whenever you create an object of this type with the two parameters, it is going to call a constructor which takes three parameters. In this case, we have three here. So that means this constructor is going to call this constructor here, this one, which has three fields. Right? Now go and display. We are going to comment out all. First one, second one, third one also will comment it out. Here we are calling only constructor which takes two parameters. That constructor in turn calls another constructor. Right? Here constructor which takes three parameters in this case. Now run it. Previously, let's comment out. To run this, I am creating only second object. I am passing two values. So doj is null. Right? Now I will remove this comment. I am creating a new data object. That means this value should be there. Now compile and run. See? Now doj filled with some value, present, system, date and time or something. Right? Here we are calling within the one constructor another constructor. That's why we use this call. Is it clear? Now another condition is can I put this statement here? It throws an error. Call to this must be first line in a constructor. It should be written as a first statement in a constructor. Then only it will work, otherwise it won't work, right? Same. So we've seen how to create a default constructor, how to declare a constructor. First of all, under default constructor supplied by, default constructor means JVM will supply. Here we created a constructor and different types of constructors. Or we can call it as a parameterized constructors. It display the values. How to create an object. So, and also we discussed there are 4 values: public, private, protected, default. Here you are specifying it as a public, then only you can create object of this, otherwise it throws. See, we are creating here. Let's remove this. So I say here private. It says, see, you see red line here, no constructor found for employee with a no argument. So no one can create an object without parameters. Then how can you create an object of EMP? They provide a static method through which you can create an object of this employee class. That is a different story, right? That's the main difference on this and this function call. So constructor means it will be automatically called whenever you use a new keyword. Here you are not explicitly calling any constructor here. Whenever you use a new keyword with the class name and you will specify that means no parameter constructor will be called. Here 2 parameter constructor will be called. Here 3 parameter constructor will be called. You are not calling it explicitly, implicitly it will be called. So why do you need constructors? You can use for example, public void set defaults. I can write a function like this and I'll put here like this. Instead of constructors, can I use like this a method which initializes all these fields? Yes, you can do, but in that case we need to call this function every time you create an object, right? But in case of constructors, this will be called automatically. That's why constructors plays a crucial role. Okay.